What is your American dream?
My family is from Ecuador and I am from Chicago. My American dream is to be able to pay back my parents for everything they did for me.
I come from France and my American dream is to help every day the homeless. Merci à vous.
I am from Tunisia. My American dream is to see love and peace.
I was born in North Carolina, Rocky Mountain. My dream is to have peace, and that's it.
My parents are Guyanese, so I'm first generation American. My American dream is that we all get the same treatment, same laws, same education as everyone. That will be my American dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
It's not easy being a groundhog in an office, I'll tell you. Oh, hi, everybody. You caught me. So I'm supposed to be making copies of the rundown for the Brad Show Live crew, but what I'm really doing is a prank on Brad. I'm going to make a copy of my butt and give it to him. Ha 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 ha. Before I get down to my hijinks, let me tell you what happened on yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live in case you missed it. We had Zainab Abdi on. Zainab is an amazing young woman. She fled revolutions in Yemen and Egypt before arriving in the United States. She settled in Minnesota where she's going to college. And she also has started a refugee soccer team. How amazing is that? And now she works as a human rights and women's education advocate. Good job, Zainab. What's going to happen on today's show? Well, you'll have to watch and see. Okay, now time for the prank. Ha 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 ha. Brad's going to love this. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Brad. Bradford, I have something for you. Let's watch the show.
All right, welcome everybody. This is Brad Show Live, and hello to Butler Anthony. Anthony Butter?
Butter, yeah.
Anthony Butter, is that somebody new or is that a former person that I should know?
We know Butter Anthony. We know
Butter Anthony?
She's in and out.
All right, Beverly Thompson, Tamika Nelson, Dawn Harriet, JJ Clark. JJ, because one J is not enough. Apparently not. Lisa Bling Rose.
We named him twice.
He's such a great name. We named him twice. Smiley Smith, Christy Consali, how are you? Beverly Thompson, who else we got here? Dionne Watson, Marsha Whitaker, Monica Stone. Phil, join me at some point. Beverly.
Absolutely.
What am I calling you, Beverly?
Beverly Thompson.
Beverly Thompson.
Absolutely.
I was just going to call you Beverly Hills Kim. That's a new name for you.
Beverly Hills Kim.
Yes.
Okay, I sound more bougie of the day.
Carol Anderson, the Tiger.
Hector Lopez is new and already asking a question.
Very good. Jella Shauna.
Latoya Laddie.
Tanisha McNabb, hello.
Tamika Nelson got mad at us yesterday for not saying her name.
Oh, sorry.
So, hello, Tamika Nelson.
Again.
Sorry.
Dionne Watson, again. Christy Consali, Carol Anderson, the Tiger. Hector Lopez, you said that already.
Velma
Princess.
Gale.
And everybody else, and anyone who I did not say hello to. It's Kim's fault. All right, and the telephone number to call right now is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Hello, Jilly Bean, if she's watching. I'm sure
of course she's watching.
Down in Miami. She's hanging out with Anna Banana.
Yeah, she is.
Right?
And Jorge Narvaez.
And of course, everybody, if you don't know, the beautiful Belgian Kim from Belgium, North Carolina, and Harlem. Total contradiction in of itself. And so you want to know what's going on in the news?
Yeah, what's up, Brad?
You're supposed to say, what's up, Brad?
And look at me what I just said. What's up, Brad?
I don't know. What's up with you? All right, that didn't go over very well.
I was going to say, I said it, and then you made it too obvious.
Well, did you see a Southwest jet coming out of LaGuardia today?
Oh, yeah.
Where I fly out of all the time,
right.
There was a bit of an accident. It's not an incident. It was an accident. The engine blew in midair over Philadelphia.
Unbelievable.
And apparently one person was being sucked out the window because the engine blew. And it blew out the window in the plane, and the person, I guess, who was sitting at the window seat of that plane,
right,
their entire body was getting sucked out. Yeah, and they were able to pull her back in before she literally flew out of. Because think about it, the engine is still circling. It's pulling you out, plus the plane is moving. And apparently somebody had a heart attack while all this was happening. And I can only imagine, anybody with a bad heart would definitely have a heart attack. And unfortunately, I believe the person who had the heart attack died, but the plane did make it back safely. And the Southwest jet just made it as far as Philadelphia.
Which is not very far.
Not
they
very
made
far.
it.
And the National Transportation Safety Board is obviously checking that out.
That's my worst nightmare. Like the movie, like being sucked out. Because like in the
That's your
movies,
worst? I have a lot worse nightmares.
I do. But it's one of my worst nightmares when I'm flying. Is like some sort of hole happens and I get sucked out. Like that.
You know what my worst nightmare is?
Tell me.
Getting the entire rundown of the show on a piece of paper like this. That's my worst nightmare.
That's your worst nightmare?
Yeah. And it came through.
Nightmare.
It came through today.
But I mean, if that's your worst nightmare, that's not the worst.
And I got it on like this little piece of paper here, and it's just like random
runtimes.
Random words.
Random words.
And they're like, here's your show. This is the entire show. Best of luck to you. You got 2 hours ahead of you.
We're very fancy today.
Yes, very fancy today. Meanwhile, North and South Korea reportedly ready to announce the official end of the war since the armistice agreement in 1953. It's been about 75 years. I guess 1953 was the end of the Korean War. Maybe I grew up watching MASH.
Okay.
I did not grow up in the Korean War. My father served in the Korean War.
Oh.
Yes, he claims he put on an army helmet and lost his hair. He said he had a full head of hair before the army helmet went on, and then he blamed the army helmet. But I said, then what do I have to blame?
I was just about to say, and then it dripped down genetically.
And then it just genetically just went straight forward. So he did serve in the Korean War.
Oh wow.
Luckily, he made it out alive. Less some hair.
My dad always likes to say he served in Korea, but he's always very vague about it. But it was like 20 years after the Korean War ended.
No, my father was.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
See, that's a weird one.
But apparently they've been at war since 1953. I don't think my father actually got into any combat. He was the bookkeeper. But he was in.
Oh man!
But he was there. I don't know. What he was counting. He was counting potatoes, counting army helmets. I'm not exactly sure, but he was in Korea. But I don't think he was on the front lines. Is my guess. I don't think they put the bookkeeper on the front lines.
It's like that movie, The Accountant, where he's like an accountant and a hired assassin.
And a hired assassin. No, that was not my father.
We don't know about Brad's father. Maybe there's now not a secret.
So apparently they're going to call it a truce. And if they call it a truce, then the nuclear war that we were all expecting to happen may not actually happen. As long as Donald Trump keeps his big trap shut.
Oof, that's a really big if.
So we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, Judge Kimball Wood, who's presiding over the Michael Cohen incident.
Right.
It's not an incident. They went in and they took all his computers from his law office and all his files. He claims he has 3 clients. Donald Trump, the guy he paid $1.6 million for the Playboy Playmate,
that gross smiley looking guy,
and Sean Hannity. Those are his. You know how Sean Hannity. You know, if you think about it, Sean Hannity says, "I'm not his client. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not his
unbelievable
client."
to me.
Okay, so now if Sean Hannity says, "I'm not his client," all I did was talk to him for a little bit. Okay, then Michael Cohen can't walk into court and say attorney-client privilege because the guy's not even his client.
He's my client,
right? He's not even you can't have it both ways.
So now that Sean Hannity has publicly said, "I am not a client of his,"
but then he came back later, and he said, "Well, I'm not his client, but I thought what we were discussing was attorney-client privileged." And again, to talk about the attorney-client privilege, when we have a conversation and I'm an attorney and you're not, and you say, "Hey, Brad,
question.
I have a question for you. If I were to take this turkey sandwich that I'm eating right now and walk out of the deli and not pay for it, is that a crime?" You're just asking me, just because you have a conversation with me and ask me a legal question, doesn't make it a privileged attorney-client conversation. You have to be acting in the capacity of an attorney. Other than that, every person I have a conversation with in my entire life can claim it's a privileged conversation because Brad's an attorney.
So to your doctor metaphor.
So therefore, you know, Sean Hannity actually hurt Michael Cohen's case.
Right.
Didn't help it if he's claiming, I just talked to him and, you know, I talked to lots of people.
Right.
That's basically what he said. So meanwhile, Kimball Wood told Michael Cohen and his lawyers that they will not be able to see first what was taken from his office. Michael Cohen doesn't even know. I mean, he's hanging out in a hotel suite somewhere. Why? I have no idea. Maybe he's with another Playboy. I mean, what is he doing in a hotel suite? By the way, you know, you think about it.
New York, right?
Yeah, right. Well, he lives in a hotel room. Right. Okay, all of a sudden the FBI knocks on a hotel door and he lives in New York and he's in a New York City hotel room. Hi, we're here to take your stuff. What is he doing in the hotel room?
Why is he there?
Who else was in that hotel room with him?
Ooh, now you're asking the juicy questions, Brad.
Right.
A Stormy Daniels lookalike, maybe?
And then did you see all the? By the way, did you see all of the late night hosts all had the same joke? You know, like Sean Hannity. You know, when he first found out, he was like on the phone with his wife. I swear to God, I didn't pay anybody money to hide that I had sex with them. I mean, because that was the first telephone call.
Never other guys, never me, never me, honey.
I swear to God, honey, Michael Cohen didn't pay any Playboy playmates. I mean, what would they be talking about, right? Because Michael Cohen apparently just pays people off.
Right, and that's his.
So
that's
what
professional job
was he and Sean Hannity talking about? We don't know. But in any event, we're off subject here.
We're right.
Kimball Wood denied the request for the injunction, and now the federal government can look at all of this material, and then when they're done looking at it, they will show Michael Cohen and then presumably Donald Trump what they looked at.
Which is normally how it goes, right?
And U.S. District Court, Kimball Wood, she denied the request and ruled that prosecutors will get first access to the information, and then followed by Michael Cohen's team 10 days later. Wood noted that she has not yet decided whether to appoint a special master in the case, but she did say, it's not that you're not good people, it's just you've miscited the law. I don't know why she had to put that in about good people.
I was going to say, do we care what Kimball Wood thinks about how good a person?
I don't know. Meanwhile, it's not in my notes, but I did want to talk about it today. You know, Neil Gorsuch, which was Supreme Court judge that Donald Trump appointed.
Yeah.
His first Supreme Court appointee.
Yeah.
He went against the Trumpster. Yes.
Did he? I didn't hear about this.
They came down with a Supreme Court decision today on immigration, and the Supreme Court was deciding whether or not a guy who committed 2 burglaries in California actually committed crimes of violence. And because if you committed 2 crimes of violence and you go to jail for more than a year, or even 1 crime of violence and you go to jail for more than a year, you're an aggravated felony, you automatically get deported. If you commit 1 crime of violence and less than a year, it's a crime of moral turpitude. 2, also automatic deportation, 2 crimes of moral turpitude. So the question is, what is a crime of violence? Is a burglary a crime of violence? And Neil Gorsuch, who was Trump's nominee.
Yeah, he was Trump's pick.
He was Trump's guy. He was the deciding vote, and he came down in favor with the liberal Supreme Court justices who said that it is not fair for Congress to allow an immigration judge to determine what is violent and what is not violent. They have to be very specific in what they write in their laws and what Congress writes in their laws, and they have to specify this is a crime of violence, this is not a crime of violence. I'm paraphrasing.
Well, right.
Right. This is a crime of violence, this is not a crime of violence, and instead, they said this is just too vague, because the law basically said if you commit a crime of violence, it's a deportable offense. It just allowed too many people too much latitude to determine what's violent and what's not violent. Somebody's coming in.
Oh my goodness.
There's a hand.
It's a hand.
It's a hand.
There might be a person attached to the hand.
There's a hand.
There's a hand.
Whoa.
There's a hand. Oh, nice.
Got it. What do I have here?
What do we got there, Brad?
You Yes, I like what I see here.
Do you?
Very good, yes.
What's
very good.
happening? Do we
Very
have
good.
$1 million in my bank account in small bills?
We got it!
Yeah!
All right, so we can take this.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna go for a 3-pointer.
Oh my goodness. Nothing but net. Well done, Brett. It's unfortunate they can't see the trash can that you just flawlessly hit.
So any event, so the Supreme Court came down and they struck down the definition of a crime of violence. We don't know how, it's all going to pair out, but there's a lot of people who are in deportation now who may not get deported now because the Supreme Court basically struck down this entire law about getting deported with a crime of violence. We'll see how it all pans out. Decision just came out about an hour or two ago, so I gotta look more into this.
Yeah,
and we'll talk more about it hopefully tomorrow. But definitely in a sea of bad news every day with immigration, maybe a little light. And what Neil Gorsuch said was, why it's unconstitutional is, something called due process. You can't take away somebody's liberty without, due process, substantive process, and it's right there in the Constitution of the United States. And the bottom line is, you just can't leave to deport somebody, and just without any regard to what is a crime of violence, put it in each different judge's hands and head. This is violent, this is not. This is violent, this is not. And 10 people can disagree.
Right, that's what
it fell off.
Is that it seems very...
Testing. This is one of those days. Testing.
Man, we are like the show that Jelly Bean, for the love of God, come home.
My mic fell off. So what I was saying, I want you to know I had the most brilliant.
You were on a roll.
Brilliant. And we missed it all. All right, so we'll talk about it more tomorrow. The Trump thing. And by the way, the telephone number to call right now to get your immigration questions. We have 12 open lines right now. So if you call right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. If you call right now, I promise you, we're going to be answering your immigration questions because we're supposed to be answering immigration questions in about another 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to be Block B. I'm just calling it Block B now. I don't have any blocks, but we're going to call it Block B right now. And so if you call right now, we're going to get you into Block B. It's like jail cell C, but Block B.
Jail cell C.
1-800-529.
That doesn't make people want to call, I think, Brad.
All right, but I will help you. 1-800, there we go. 1-800-529-5465. We've got 12 open lines, so if you call, we'll definitely get you on our show. 1-800-529-5465. And if you don't call, then we'll just keep talking about news. I got lots of news.
We got lots of news.
All right.
News for days.
Did you see down in Washington, D.C., there were these artists called Care 2. They're artists and activists in a social network of 45 million people.
Oh my God!
And they, I don't know where the Care 2, 45 million people follow them.
Yeah,
that's about
Googled
44,900,000 less than follow us. They're a little ahead of us. So we'll just give them a shout out, Care 2. Right?
Hey, Care 2.
Yeah. All right. So they beamed a message across. Do we have a picture of this? They beamed a message across the street from the Trump Washington Hotel that said, "Impeach Trump," and there's a rapist in the White House. Do we have a picture of this?
Oh my God.
Let's see what it says. I didn't see what it looks like.
Look at that.
So can you imagine you go to stay at the Trump Hotel? Can we pull that up? What does it say? I can't see it.
There's a rapist in the White House.
And then they also projected impeach Trump.
Oh my God.
All right. And this is, by the way, in as part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Oh my God!
And in light of the 20 women, and in light of the 20 women that have accused President Donald Trump of sexual misconduct.
Good for them, man. We used to see a lot of these kind of Trump things in buildings, right?
And by the way, the telephone number to call, we're going to be answering your immigration questions in about 2 or 3 minutes. 1-800-529-5465. Gita from Boston is going to be our first caller. You want to know why? Because she already called. We got 11 open lines, so if you call, I promise you I will be answering your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Now, you saw what happened with Starbucks. We had a discussion yesterday
Yeah, we
with
talked a little
Yo-Yo.
about it, yeah.
Yo-Yo was very, very upset about it, which I can't blame
Which
him.
I totally understand,
And
absolutely.
what Starbucks is doing, and I think you know, it's at least certainly a good start.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, but it's a good start. Tomorrow, at 8,000 company-owned stores across the United States of America, they are going to close their doors at 12 o'clock and not be serving any Starbucks. And in lieu of that, I'm sorry, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be on May 29th.
On May 29th, okay.
May 29th. My apologies, not tomorrow. On May 29th, they're going to close their doors and they are going to mandate that 175,000 Starbucks workers take a class on racial bias training. So okay, it's a good start that they recognize, okay, but
that they messed up.
But it's one thing to do racial bias training. It's another thing to, you know, stand up and say this was wrong. What happened will never happen again. And saying, okay, we're going to train some people 2 or 3 hours on racial bias training. That's wonderful, but how do we know this is never going to happen again?
Right.
Okay, we'll see how the training goes.
It's a lot like that. Didn't Chipotle do something similar when all of their people got sick, a ton of people got sick from E. coli, and then they just shut it down for a day as we're going to retrain our people on food safety?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how.
Yeah, so, and by the way, Starbucks says the training is going to be developed with the guidance from former Attorney General Eric Holder.
Oh.
I would love to see Barack Obama part of this, or Michelle Obama as part of this.
Oh, God, yeah. That. Do you think Starbucks could land Michelle Obama?
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Oh, God, that would be amazing.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. Gina from Boston still holding. We got 11 open lines still, so please call 1-800-529-5465. I know you're excited. Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize, the first hip hop prize, first Pulitzer Prize ever given to a hip hop artist ever.
Well deserved.
The historic announcement marks a turning point to the award, which has traditionally gone to classical artists.
Right.
And Kendrick Lamar has been called the voice of a generation. He's only 30 years old. He's a poet, a rapper, and a political activist. And congratulations, Kendrick Lamar. His you know. You want to tell me about it? You listen to Kendrick all the time.
Yeah, I love Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar has been releasing really, really, really substantive, pertinent music for the last almost decade in terms of the kind of political and social commentary that he makes. So I think this is well deserved, and I think that he is fantastic. And if you haven't listened to the Black Panther soundtrack that he did and produced, it is truly phenomenal, not just his damn album.
All right. So finally, what the famous psychic in England said Kate Middleton was going to give birth yesterday. Apparently he was wrong.
She did not give birth yesterday.
Did not give birth yesterday. Apparently wrong. I will be asking for my money back from that psychic, because I went to the psychic.
Yeah,
I went to the psychic, and the psychic told me that same psychic told me today, okay, everyone in the Brad squad was going to share. The same exact psychic.
She told me the same thing.
She said everyone's going to share.
Same thing.
All right? And I think she's getting that one wrong too. All right. She said the baby was going to be born yesterday at 8 pounds 1 ounce. Okay. She said at least 250 members of the Brad Squad will be sharing your link today. We have 11. She was wrong on the baby. She's wrong with the Brad Squad.
That is.
So please share. Please share, folks. Please share, because sharing is definitely not only caring, but it helps us get the word out that we can help other people as well.
Absolutely.
Help other people as well with their immigration issues.
You know, speaking of sharing, you know who just hopped in the comments that we haven't seen in, I would say, millennia?
Michelle Obama.
Yes. Well, Michelle is in and out of the comments, Brad. You know she loves Brad Show Live.
Right.
But no. Wet Sugar Donna.
Oh yeah, what happened to Wet Sugar?
Well, we don't know, but she is back, and she was I am
She
back.
was like soaking wet, I guess, for a little bit, and now she's dried off and came back.
Do you remember that Wet Sugar used to be our code?
Yeah.
For when we were like wet.
Oh my God, I forgot that. Yeah, when we first started, and the show totally went off the tracks.
Yeah, this was still radio days.
Right, radio days, and the show totally went off the. Whoops.
Oh, we knew
like
that was gonna happen.
and the show totally goes off the tracks, we would go, wet sugar, wet sugar. And that was the code, like, all right, get back to your immigration.
Too far.
All right, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wet sugar, welcome.
She always has a special
Welcome.
place in
What
my heart
happened to
just
you?
for
Yeah,
that. Thanks,
yeah.
Wet Sugar.
By the way, a guy was, another gruesome day, shark attack. That scares me too.
Ooh,
Sharks
I don't
scare
like
me.
the ocean for this reason.
A guy was waist deep water in Brazil, northern Brazil. He was waist deep. He wasn't even swimming out in the ocean.
Wait, what?
And he got attacked. There he is. He got attacked by a shark. His name was Pablo de Mello, and he had to have his arm and leg amputated. And the only reason he survived was 2 men jumped in the water and punched the shark in the nose.
What?
Can you imagine that?
Oh, no,
It is gruesome
can't imagine
pictures.
anything
Look at those
of this.
gruesome pictures.
Oh my
It's
God.
so scary, the sharks.
In waist deep water,
In
I
waist-deep
find
water.
that very scary.
Yeah.
Waist deep
All
is
right,
scary.
Christy, I'll do it.
What did Christy say?
Get the immigration, Brad.
Come on,
Damn it.
Brad. Man, they
Damn
are,
it. Boy, they are tough.
They're thirsty for immigration.
And you want to know something? We have to be on a regular. And just so you know, we're gonna try to at 6 o'clock. Immigration starts.
Okay.
5:30 to 6. Shoot the
shoot the
whatever we're talking about.
Right.
We'll do the what's up, or we
right.
gotta come up with a name for the segment.
We need Brad Squad help for that, actually.
And then at immigration it's 6.
Right.
Social media 6:30.
Yep.
And then we'll play it by ear from there.
I was gonna say, because that gets loosey-goosey
Yes,
after
that.
a little bit.
After that. All right, let's go to Gina in Boston, Massachusetts. Gina.
Hi, Brad. Good
Hi,
evening.
Gina.
How are you? I'm good. I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
First one, I have a baby for American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a citizen. I don't have anything right now. And he's not taking care of that child. And he's threatening me I can't take him to court because I don't have nothing. Do you think I can take him to court?
I think you can take him to court, and it has. Where do you live? Up in Boston, Massachusetts? They're not going to bother you in Boston, Massachusetts if you take him to family court. Don't let him threaten you, and he has to absolutely take care of his kid. And, and what I would be doing first thing tomorrow morning is taking him to court. Go get your child support.
Okay.
All right? Don't be worried.
And my second question is, I got married 2010, and my relationship with my husband gets rocky after that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were living together. He get violent, not physical, but verbal.
Well,
and then he kicked me out of the
Have
house.
you gotten divorced from him?
Yes, I did.
When did you get divorced?
2012.
And unfortunately, because if you're asking about filing an abuse case, you have to file an abuse case within 2 years of a divorce.
Yes.
So once you do the divorce, the clock starts running. Have you done anything like that?
No, I did not, because I just realized stuff since I'm watching your show and listening to you.
Unfortunately, it's a little late.
Yes.
I think you got to figure out another way. This is what I would suggest you do. You're in Boston, okay?
Yes.
We can do a phone consultation, or you can go down to our Hartford office and see Marina, or you can fly to New York and see us, or take the train to New York and see us. All right, but I think what you need to do is go to family court, and then let's figure out your immigration situation.
Oh, okay.
All right, so hold on one second. All right, 1-800-529-5465. I would like to answer more immigration questions. This is the problem. Nobody is called.
What?
That's it.
But how is that possible?
I don't know. No calls.
That is poor form, Brad Squad. That is poor form.
Poor form.
We know you better than that. We know you have questions. We know you need free legal advice. Who doesn't?
Yep.
That is. Well, I gotta be honest. Maybe they're feeling shy because they're asking away on the social needs.
They are asking on social needs.
Meads.
Meads.
I'm being a millennial.
What is meads?
Like media.
Oh, media.
Millennials needlessly shorten words.
I understand.
It in no way cuts down syllables
I understand.
the social needs.
So anyway, the telephone number to call right now, if you do want to get your immigration questions, we'll jump you ahead of the social needs on Facebook.
I'm
but
sorry.
you gotta call right now. We don't set up calls. We just expect people to call because I'm here giving free advice. But it's one of those days that nobody wants immigration help. What can I do? But the telephone number right now, I'm ready to help you, is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Now, folks, we can do one of two things. I can sit here and keep repeating a telephone number, which will be very, very, very exciting. Or, in the alternative, I could actually answer immigration questions. Those are our choices at this point. Because we will not be answering any Facebook social media questions until 6:30. That's the rules.
I like it. It's a hard and fast
It's
situation.
a hard and fast rule.
No, it's the rules of television.
It's the rules of television. That's what it is. So call right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5. That's right. That's Brad, and that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson's body. Call right now, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800. What?
Oh my God, that was kind of cool.
What happened there?
He was like, he raced back. He was just like, because that's how fast Dwayne The Rock Johnson goes.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. If you call now, I will answer your immigration questions. If not, I'm just going to keep telling the number. 1-800-529-5465. I'll say it really fast. 1-800-529-5465. Or I can say it really slowly. 1-800-529-5465. Or I can put it to a jingle. 1-800-529-5465.
Oh, look, they're like
We're not doing
forcing us
social
into
media.
social media.
All right, you like that jingle? Let's do it again.
Wait, let's do it one more time.
1-800-529-5465.
Why do we go so deep? I don't like
I don't know. That's
like
the jingle. I just made it up off the top of my head. But if you definitely call, I will answer your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sharon in Brooklyn.
Good evening.
How are you, Sharon?
I'm good.
What's happening?
Okay, my question is for a friend. An American citizen, but his lover is in Jamaica, but you want to know if he comes here, she comes here and they get married. Is it okay? But she's going back because she has her job at home, so she doesn't want to stay up here.
So she's coming to get married here and then going home?
Yes.
And then what's going to happen?
Well, I guess he would file for her when he's ready.
I would suggest that he goes down to Jamaica and gets married to her then.
Okay.
All right, because you know what? It's crazy these days with Donald Trump. In the past, I would say fine as long as she's going home. But now, I could see them denying her. She came up. She said she was visiting. You can't come up with the intention of getting married, and even if you go back home.
Okay.
All right. So she would have to stay 90 days, get married, and then go. So I would say just let him go down instead.
Okay.
All right.
My other question is, someone overstayed in America, gone back home. I asked yesterday, but you were saying they could be okay after 3 years and go back and try. But you were saying something about married. But if he gets married, would he have to get a waiver? Or it's overstay?
If it's more than 3 years, no, because he only overstayed. I recall the question. The question was he overstayed by more than 6 months, but less than a year. So then he has a 3-year bar. So as long as he stays out of the country for 3 years and he's married, he will come back in 3 years. The 3-year bar has been removed. If he wants to come back in under 3 years, he would need a waiver. If he overstayed by more than 1 year, then it would be 10 years or a waiver.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call. 1-800-529-5465. Nikisha in the Bronx.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
How are you?
I called to ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm married to a green card holder, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for me to file for my citizenship?
You're married to a green card holder? So
Yeah.
you do you have a green card already?
Yes, I have a green card already.
Then it's 5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
Yeah, you don't get the three. You don't get the. If it's a citizen 3, but let's assume you have to be married and living with a citizen for 3 years. So you can't. So it can't be a situation where you have a green card for 3 years and then your husband becomes a citizen and then the next day you're like, whoa, I've been married to a citizen for 3 years. I can file. No, you would have to wait 3 more years until, and at that point you're already at the 5 years. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay then.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So you got to unfortunately probably just wait it out.
Okay, got it.
You're welcome. All right. 1-800-529. I am going to say this number until I am blue in the face.
I'm a little blue in the face.
No, you know how I'm going to get blue in the face? I can do one of two things. I could literally take out my blue handkerchief.
Okay, and put it over your face.
Put it over my head, and I would be blue in the face. Or alternatively, I could just hold my breath.
While you say the number.
While I say the number, and I will be blue in the face. Or you can call, and I'll be happy to answer your immigration questions. It's one of those crazy days. 1-800 crazy April.
Is it like
is
a
it crazy?
full moon
It's a full moon. We've
Like,
never had a
what's going
situation where nobody seems to have any immigration problems.
You've solved.
I've solved it all. Every person in the world, I've solved it.
Yeah.
That
Everyone
nobody
has
seems
called.
to have any issues anymore. But if you call right now, 1-800-529-5465, maybe I've solved your problem, but you still have a burning question. Is that possible?
Like Natalie said, why didn't you shave this morning? That's Natalie's burning question.
Because I knew nobody was going to be calling.
That's what
All right?
that's what you get, Brad Squad.
That's what you get. You don't call. I'm not shaving. I know ahead of time how this show is going to turn out, and I can tell you, I knew at 5 o'clock. We're going down in flames today. I'm not even shaving. I knew it.
Brad, we're only 45 minutes in. You can't jinx us
Yeah,
like that.
I was jinxed at 5 o'clock. All right, Alicia in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Alicia.
Hello, hi, how are you guys?
How are you?
I'm good. So I had two questions. I have a question for myself and one for my family member. So first question is for me. So I'm married to a U.S. citizen and my paperwork is already in, but my husband is on child support. Would that be a problem with the paperwork?
Well, when you say your husband's on child support,
from his previous relationship.
That's fine. Is he taking care of it? What's important is he paying the child support? That's what's important.
He's in aware.
He's in arrears. Not aware, arrears. Arrears.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for correcting
No
me.
problem. No problem. I sometimes get tongue-tied also. I think it was like Brittany was on, I'm just a side note, and I'm going to answer your question. I think Brittany was on the other day, and I couldn't say mesothelioma.
But that's a tough one.
I couldn't say it. I tried like 10 times. I couldn't say it. So I get you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, how much is he in arrears?
He owes like over 20 something.
Oh, he's got problems.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're not.
He's on like 5 different child support.
All right. So he's an active man, and he owes $20,000. He's not going to be able to file for you until he starts taking care of this stuff. And he's in Jersey?
Yes, he's in Jersey.
All right,
he's not able to file for me unless he paid it up.
Listen, anyone can fill out a form, but I'm telling you, it's unlikely for you to get through if he has 5 children and he's in arrears up to $20,000 on them.
Okay, so that would be a big issue with the paperwork, right?
Huge.
So what if he's paying, like, because he has a job and they take it from it every week when he get his paycheck, they go in the paycheck and take it.
Yeah, I think we would need to have a consultation, take a look at because they look at what's called the totality of circumstances. So, I could just tell you that, owing $20,000, to me, is a huge red flag that you could have a big problem. At the bare minimum, before you go and spend all your money and time and effort in trying to get a green card and getting denied, have a consultation with me. Let's take a look at everything.
All right. Would it be a problem for stepkids? He's also trying to bring stepkids here from Jamaica. Would it be a problem?
That would be your children.
Also?
Yes.
So it would be a problem for them to come here too?
Yes. He's got 5 kids that he's unable to support. He's in arrears. And now he's asking to bring more children in, and he's asking to get a wife a green card. I mean, look at it from the government standpoint.
Right.
So I think before you do anything, and I know you want to straighten yourself out, you want to be reunited with your kids, we want to help, obviously. Okay, but we want to do things the right way. So I think the right way would be, let's take a look at this and make sure you're on the right track before you do something.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So my next question is
for
my family member. Okay, so my uncle recently in 2016 applied for his citizenship. So when he passed the history test where they asked him about America, but the reading and the writing he was unable because he can't read and write.
This is your uncle.
Is there a way for him to get his citizenship because he cannot read?
How old is he?
He's 54. He's here. His 10-year green card is gonna expire in July of this year.
All right, so he's been 54 years old. He's here 10 years. So he has two choices. He has to be here for 15 years and be over 55, so he can refile for his citizenship in 5 years and be exempt from the reading and writing. Or he can get a medical exemption, but to get a medical exemption, he would have to show that he has some sort of mental deficiency or some other mental disease that prevents him from reading. And that's not just a doctor who says, I think this guy can't read and it's my opinion he should be exempt. What has to happen is there has to be an actual scientific test that's done, and a doctor has to sign off. I gave him, whatever, I don't know what test, I don't know what mental tests there are. I showed him a picture of Rorschach, and I don't know, whatever. It's not. There would be no Rorschach test to do, but whatever test it is, okay. And he's not mentally capable of reading and writing. There's a mental deficiency, and then the doctor would have to say, scientifically how he determined this. If not, if it's just a situation where he just never learned to read and write, then he's got to wait 5 more years.
Okay, then thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
All right, thank you. All right. 1-800-529-5465. I was really trying to think of, from Back to the Future, what was the machine that went back into time? The
flux capacitor?
The flux, right. I was trying to say, he gave him the flux capacitor test and obviously was unable to do it. And I couldn't remember the goddamn movie.
I can't believe that I got flux capacitor.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the goddamn movie. All right, 1-800. Show's flying off the tracks today.
I'm telling you, Jeff Bosey is going to pull over to tell us that because he's
flying off the tracks today. 1-800-529-5465. I think it's going to be one of those situations where I'm going to have to hold my breath to turn blue.
Oh no, Sandra has already said multiple times, please, for the love of God, stop saying the number. I think we're going to just have to,
Sandra, for the love of God. Okay, let me explain something to you, Sandra. Let me explain how this works, okay? I don't have mental telepathy. I can't be like, oh yeah, Jean in Brooklyn has a question. Let me answer it. Yes, Marie in Philly. Let me get that. Marie in Philly's got a call. Jean in Brooklyn's got a call. And if you don't call, I can't help. So let me sing it out. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Marie in Florida. Miramar. Marie.
Hello.
Hi, Marie.
Hi. I have a question from a friend.
Yes.
She is in the process of getting her citizenship.
Yes.
Not yet. She's waiting on time. However, her mother has been living here for 16 years.
Right.
Has overstayed her time for 16 years. Is there going to be a problem when she gets her citizenship to file for her mom?
No, so long as her mom made a legal entry, it doesn't matter whether the mom overstayed by 1 day, 16 years, or 160 years. And if it was 160 years, that would be, Mazel Tov, the oldest woman in the world. But 16 years is fine. 20 years is fine. 2 years is fine. As long as she made a legal entry on a visitor's visa or a student visa, and her daughter, who's over 21, is a U.S. citizen, she could adjust.
Okay, one other question. Yes. How long does it take a citizen to file for a child in Jamaica, a child who is 25 years old?
About 7 years.
7 years?
About 7 years, assuming they're single.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Sandra was complaining about me yelling out the telephone number, right?
She did.
Well, nobody's calling, Sandra.
You got to keep doing it.
I got to keep doing it.
That is your onus as the godfather of the American dream, per Lisa Bling Rose.
It is also.
Yeah.
It's my obligation.
Right.
To basically bully people into calling. All right, I have an obligation.
Exactly.
You want to know why? I'm going to strong arm them because I'm here to help.
And we will help you.
And we will help you. 1-800-52. God damn it! I'm going to help you if it kills me.
Whether you want it or not, you won't get my help. and we seem really beautiful here.
By the way, what they put in my water today? I feel like they spiked my water with something.
Well, I did pour your cup this morning today, so baby.
Shay in Long Island. Shay?
It's like totally shaggy. Like totally awesome, dude.
All right.
Oh, shit. That was actually a pretty good Shaggy impression, though. I'm assuming that must have been the real Shaggy, because if that was...
Oh, I thought it was Shay. I didn't know he was...
Well, no, he was impersonating Shaggy from Scooby-Dooby. From Scooby-Doo.
Oh, he was doing Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
From Scooby-Doo, like, zoinks! Isn't that what Shaggy says?
I see.
But it sounded real. Although we couldn't play, if it was the real Shaggy, we couldn't play it anyway, so...
Sharon in Brooklyn.
Hi, Brad. I asked a question before, but I don't know if I get part of it correct. So, if she stayed for 90 days and they get married, she can go back home?
Yes.
Okay, that would be okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Keisha in Kingston. Keisha.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
My sister, she has a son. He is presently attending a university in Jamaica, but she was filed for, and they will be leaving next month. But I am wondering, how can she sort out her son to come to university, since he will get permanent residency.
All right, so kid's gonna get a green card, but you want him to finish school in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Got it. So after he comes here, you're gonna file an I-131, which is an application for a re-entry permit, and it's going to allow your son or whoever this kid is to leave the United States, keep his green card, and stay out for 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so it's an I-131 application for a re-entry permit. You do it as soon as you come to America.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 1-800-529.
54.
I'm not going to say the rest of it.
Oh, you're just going to let people guess what the last 4 digits are?
Yeah, or watch me come across as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There I am.
Manly hoisting that picket sign.
By the way, that's a very heavy sign.
You needed the Rock's body to hold it, I can imagine.
Seriously, because they gave me this sign to hold, because they had to take, how it works is they take the picture and everything, and they had to make me go like this, and this thing weighs like 100 pounds.
I can just imagine your arms at the end of the day.
Dying.
Just like,
All right, Marie in Miramar, Florida. Marie.
Yes, Brad. I just spoke to you a while ago.
All right.
If it takes 7 years for me to file for my daughter in Jamaica, is it possible for her to get a visa during the filing?
No.
No.
Do
my son who have
now do the filing for her, and then maybe we can find a faster way. Everyone always thinks, oh, I'm going to file for my child. It's family immigration or nothing. There's employment immigration, there's investor immigration, there's work visas. There's all sorts of ways to get people here. Student visas, lots of different ways. File for her, but then have a consultation. Let's figure out other options.
Okay, my next question is...
She didn't like that.
My son is...
She's like, whatever. I'm filing for her and I'm waiting 7 years. What's your next question?
My son is in Jamaica. He has a visa. Mm-hmm. Should I have him come here and then file for him, or wait the 7 years?
No, wait the 7 years, because he's going to overstay his time and be illegal. He's going to be a very unhappy kid.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Didn't like that one either. All right, Jacqueline in Fremont, Nebraska. Jacqueline.
Yes. Mr. Brad.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Then my husband came up here, and it took us 3 months. And the second time when he was coming back on the visa, he was going to Arkansas, and they revoked the visa. They don't ban him, but they say he cannot come. He will have to reapply for the visa. But I am here now as a resident.
Why was he banned? Why was he banned? What happened?
They thought that he was going to work because he was.
All right, so he had a
before.
misrepresentation issue. How did you get your green card?
Well, now I get my green card, and I would like to sign for him.
How did you get your green card? Who sponsored you?
My daughter.
Okay, how old is your daughter?
is 32 years old.
How long have you been married to your husband?
9 years.
All right. So yes, you can turn around and file for your husband now as a permanent resident. It'll take about 2 years, and then he's going to need to file a waiver.
Okay, thank you very much.
But we're going to help you. You're not going to do that on your own because there's no way you're going to get him here without the help of a lawyer. Just telling you because he has a misrepresentation.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
You're very welcome.
Thank you when I'm ready.
Okay, wonderful.
I just want to know if it is possible.
It is possible.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Whew. We did it, Belgium Kim.
We did it?
We did it.
What did we do, Brad?
6:30.
We did it.
We made it through the entire block C and D answering immigration questions, strong-arming people, and we even had a crank call in the middle.
But actually, that mystery's been solved.
Who is it?
We should have known.
Jeff
it was
Posey?
Jeff Posey.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know who it was. I thought it was the Ku Klux Klan calling.
He also asked, how many times can I call with my own voice and ask non-immigration questions?
I thought it was the Ku Klux Klan. I didn't know who was calling. All right. If it was Jeff Posey, then I would have listened to him.
Yeah, we would have.
I didn't know. It would have been nice if somebody told us it's like Shaggy, a.k.a. Jeff.
A.k.a. Jeff. But I have a feeling like Jeff never
tells us.
Let that on. So
Yeah.
tell us it's you.
Yeah, and I won't hang up on you next time. I'm like, oh my God, the KKK's calling.
They found us.
They found us. Damn. All right, let's go to, ready? Social media check-in.
Hey!
Do we have any music that goes with that?
No,
Nothing.
we should
no
have
music that goes with that.
What should it be though? Should it be like burning something?
No, it should just be Muta Ali going, not yet. Social media check-in, because Muta Ali just went into my ear. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You know what? I feel like we should use Mutali to voice something
He has
over.
a very good voice.
He has a really good
very
movie
good
voice.
Not yet.
He just went, aww.
Not yet. Not yet. All right, let's see social media check-in one more time.
But we got to mic Mutali up
Yeah.
and be like, not yet.
Let's see social media check-in. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We got our first question from Eulalie, and Eulalie was actually not able to get this question answered yesterday. So, my son was deported twice, and he's been out of the country for 13 years. Does he stand any chance of ever coming back if he's been deported twice?
No effing way you're coming back. That's the reality.
There's one shot, two shot.
No, if you're deported
nothing.
twice, you have a 20-year bar. And then it's and it could be a permanent bar based on what he did.
Oh, okay.
So he's not coming back.
He got nothing.
No, I'm using curse words today.
Yeah, I
Very
see that,
angry.
Brad.
That's what happens when you don't shave and nobody calls.
We're dropping F-bombs.
I'm dropping F-bombs.
That's what you get, Brad.
Yeah.
Haiti says, how are y'all? We're great. I have a green card. I'm a green card holder. I've been one for almost 9 years, and I have 2 kids who live with me, and they're U.S. citizen. They're my 2 kids. I need your help processing my citizenship. I have a full-time job, but I really don't know how to go about filing for my citizenship. I know I'm eligible, but I need someone to help me. I live in Tennessee, but I'm originally from the Philippines.
Yeah, we can help you, no problem. As long as you've had a green card for 5 years, you're a person of good moral character, you know how to read, write, and speak English, you don't have a criminal record, we'll make you a citizen. I promise you. Get her information.
Yes, absolutely.
Have Fiona call her.
Yep.
And we'll do it.
Absolutely.
We will do it.
This is how we do it, Brad.
That's how we do it. You know, there's a lot of Filipinos in Tennessee, I think.
Are there? Is
yeah,
there like
I have a whole bunch of clients who are Filipinos, and they all live in Tennessee.
There's a burgeoning Filipino
thing in Tennessee.
Community.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know.
You'll learn something new every day on Brad Show Live.
Yeah.
Hector Lopez, actually, this is a great question because we've talked so much about this. Hector Lopez wants to know, can a U.S. military veteran apply for retroactive citizenship?
Yes, absolutely. If you were in active duty during a time of war, you absolutely can.
Sandra's being shady, and she said maybe if you would shave, more people would call. Now we're at a catch-22 situation. What came first?
Wow.
You didn't shave because people weren't going to call, or people not calling because you didn't shave? We'll never know.
It's the people not calling.
It's the people not calling.
I'm right. I'm telling you, it's the people not calling.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think I'm right.
I think
Why do I feel like I have a bobblehead today?
People call all the time with
Right.
your unshaven face.
That's right. Do you know every day we do this show, and before we start, there's 8, 9, 10, 11 people with immigration questions. Today,
nothing.
0.
I know.
Zip.
And
nada.
What's even worse is that I had multiple people promise me in the comments today
They want to call.
other posts that they were going to call because that was the best way to get their immigration question answered.
Wow, Asset Lindo calling me out.
What do you say?
Brad looks like the early man Homo sapien. Wow, that's not nice. That's very mean.
Savage.
Yes, that's very mean. I think I'm a decent looking guy, but wow.
I find that kind of savage. I find that's crossing the line.
Yeah, wow.
Asset.
Really, boy.
An early man Homo sapien.
You know, I liked Asset Lindo up until that moment.
Up until this very second.
That very second, you know, was on my good side.
We've got Queen of my castle who wants to know if you're married. She's actually numbered them for us, so we have 2 questions from Queen of my castle.
Okay.
1, if you're married to a green card holder, can he file for you if you're living in the U.S.? And if you can, would you get a work permit until he becomes a citizen?
Yes. No, you would not. You can marry him, absolutely. You would not get a work permit when he becomes a citizen. You can get a work permit, but he should file for you anyway, because maybe your priority date will be current before he becomes a citizen. Then you do a provisional waiver, you go home and come back.
And the second question is, if you're an American citizen and they find you guilty of marijuana, I'm assuming possession, and they lock you up for 12 months, when you get out, could you go ahead and file for your girlfriend that's in Jamaica?
Yes. The only time you can't file for somebody as a U.S. citizen is if you're convicted of some sort of child sexual abuse. Now, I do want to remind everybody that your sharing responsibilities didn't end at 5:30 when we first came on our show.
It didn't.
The sharing responsibility goes for 2 straight hours. Okay? Let everybody know that we are answering every last immigration question. Let your friends know there's a guy on Brad Show Live who's strong-arming people into immigration questions. Let your family know that I can help. I got to stop pointing. I look like I'm very angry.
I was going to say, it's a very angry point.
Yeah, when you point like this, you look very I'm actually not angry, but I was just looking at myself. I'm like, wow, I look very angry. You never want to point at somebody because then it makes people think you're angry.
Who did this? Is this Bill Clinton with the thumb and you just kind of lightly, like you're shaking a maraca? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he did the thumb.
That was Bill Clinton, right?
That was Bill Clinton,
That's a good alternative.
All right.
We've got a question from Williams Mel. And Williams Mel wants to know, I'm about to file for my citizenship. Is it true that if I file for a parent simultaneously, it would speed up that process?
No, there's no truth to that whatsoever. As a matter of fact, if you file for your parents, you can't until you are a citizen. So everything in that question you had wrong.
That's unfortunate. This is why we ask an attorney.
Yes.
Jacqueline says, which document do I need to submit when filing for my citizenship?
Well, when you're going to do an N-400, and you need to submit a copy of your green card. And whoosh, it goes off.
That's not too bad at all.
Not too bad at all.
Trudy says, hi, Brad. Up to what age can you file for your child? Is it 18 or 21?
File for your child till he's 91, but if it's going, it depends on if you're a U.S. citizen, you want to file for your child before 21, because then they're an immediate relative. It's a very fast case. Once your child turns 21, it's going to be a much longer.
Dennis is wondering, can someone that had a domestic violence case dropped, actually he says they were just fined, I think about $100. Is that going to affect them getting their citizenship? It happened over 3 years ago, and if it is, what should they go ahead and bring to their citizenship interview?
Well, if it happened more than 3 years ago, it's still within the 5-year period of good moral character. Bring the disposition with you. Obviously, you're allowed one bad day. You should still be able to become a citizen, but it does affect your good moral character.
Matthias says, my question is, I received my notice for the initial interview of the I-485, but when I checked online the case status, it's saying that it's an employment-based interview, but mine is a marriage-based adjustment of status. Should I just correct them when I go in, or should I take care of something earlier?
Just correct them when you go in. Don't worry about what's on the computer.
I get it. That would stress me out.
It would stress you out, but don't worry about it.
Something different. Sprout wants to know, I did my medical yesterday, and the doctor asked me if I'd ever contracted gonorrhea. And I told him that I did 7 years ago.
Ooh.
Is that going to go against me?
As long as you took an antibiotic, it's not against you. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It would only be against you if you've been holding it, 7 years without the antibiotic.
Right. You've just been chilling
You would have
with
a big
gonorrhea
problem.
for the
You would have a
last
big problem.
decade.
And the reason is you just can't have a communicable disease. But assuming you took an antibiotic and you don't have gonorrhea anymore, okay, it's not the end of the world unless you don't take the antibiotic.
Okay.
Right? That was called I have a burning question. All right, if anybody ever had a burning question to ask, that would have been it, right?
I hope to God for Sprout it's no longer a burning question.
No.
I hope
Once
it's
you
a
take
long resolved
once you take the antibiotic, and it's no longer a burning question.
Man, well, you said I had gonorrhea 7 years ago, so
okay,
hopefully
fine. I think we're fine now.
I don't have gonorrhea for 7 years.
Now, wouldn't it be great, if that person then just starts trying to pick up other people in the chat?
And they're like, I
Wait,
never
this
got
is the person who had the gonorrhea 7 years ago?
But funny enough, Asset called you an early man Homo sapien, and now Asset has a question.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Let me answer that one wrong for you. Whatever the answer is, it's going to be the wrong answer now. Us Homo sapiens don't know anything about immigration.
Can't bite the hand that feeds you.
That's right. What is the question?
Asset would like to know, if you didn't send in a medical form, are you going to receive a work permit?
I don't know. I'm just a little Homo sapien. What do I know?
Early man Homo sapien.
No. You'll get your work permit.
Nabila says, man, for all the people who aren't calling, you guys are writing.
Yeah.
Half of you that are asking questions on social media, give us a call. It'll be so much easier. You get more information from Brad. Not that I don't love to see you beautiful people. Nabila says, my brother is here for 25 years. He applied for asylum and was denied, but now he's married to an American wife with 3 children. But he was told to show how he came to the country. And he can't show that because he was undocumented at the time. What can he do?
How did he come?
It doesn't say exactly how he came, whether he entered without inspection.
I don't know. You have to tell us how he came, and then I can tell you what to do.
I'm assuming in a not fully legal way, given that she's been very ambiguous.
I don't know what. If he made a legal entry, we'll find it. If he didn't make a legal entry, he's got a problem and has to do a provisional waiver. That's one of the options. One of the two. We got to figure out how he came.
That's a pretty solid.
Pretty solid answer there for a Homo sapien.
For an early man Homo sapien.
Right. Yeah, for an early man Homo sapien. I mean, you can't really get better than that.
So easy a caveman can do it.
That's right. Can you imagine I come to this is like in full caveman regalia?
Ooh, the people would be mad.
Yes.
There would be protesting in the street.
Cordella Willery would be coming with a broken can and starting to shave me right there.
A broken bottle.
Broken bottle. Is that what she wanted? Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. You know that she made that comment
months ago.
6 months ago.
I still remember that one.
Oh, man, yeah. I remember.
All right, let's go to, how many more? We got a lot of questions? Let's go through
I've got one more. Got one more.
Yeah.
Claudette says...
Natalie says they're scared of my voice.
Can't blame them. No, Claudette says, if you have a resident permit, could you apply for a visiting visa for your son who is 25?
If you have a resident permit, a visitor's visa?
All she says is if you have a resident permit, maybe a
green card. You have a green card.
You have a green
card, and what do you want to do?
She wants to file for a visiting visa for her son.
You don't file for a visitor's visa for your son. Your son applies for a visitor's visa. It has nothing to do with you at all. Now you can apply for his green card, but it's going to take a long time. That you can apply for. All right, so let's go to Linda in Germantown, Maryland. Linda.
I wanted to ask if I want to file for my fiance at overseas,
which will be the fastest way, the marriage or fiancé visa?
The fastest way to get the man here is a fiancé visa.
Oh, okay.
But you want to know why? It's faster processing, and B, you can file it tomorrow. If you get married, you got to go make plans to go get married, and then get married, come back, file, and then it's a longer process anyway. So if you're asking fastest, file the fiancé visa tomorrow. We can help you. Hold on. All right, let's go to Katie in the Bronx. Katie.
Yes, hi, how are you? I was the one that just sent the message about my brother being here for 25 years, and he came when he came, he did the asylum, and he was denied.
Okay, how did he enter the United States is the question.
He entered through Miami.
On what type of, how did he enter? Did he come?
He entered through the boat.
On a boat. Okay,
Yes.
and where's he from?
He's from Mauritania.
Okay, so when he came on a boat, did he get stopped at the border, or he entered without inspection and then filed for asylum a while after?
No, he came and he was not stopped. When he came in and then filed the asylum.
Okay, and then what happened with the asylum?
The asylum was denied.
Okay, was he put in deportation?
No.
I'm sure he was. I guarantee you he was. You don't file for asylum and not get put in deportation. Now, he may have been ordered deported and doesn't know about it. That's a possibility. The other thing is that he entered without inspection.
Yes.
Is he married to somebody in the military or former military?
No.
All right.
But his wife is American citizen and they have 3 kids.
Okay, so number one, we got to find out what happened with that asylum case. I will guarantee you that if 20 years ago he applied for asylum, he was ordered deported at some point in his life. Okay, and he's living here with an order of deportation. So we would have to A, reopen his case, B, apply for then what's called a provisional waiver. A provisional waiver allows you to go back home, pick up your green card, and come back. But he can't adjust here because he never made a legal entry.
Yes.
All right, but he has huge problems, but we'll be able to help him. Hold on one second, all right?
Okay, I will tell him.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Jake in Brooklyn. Jake.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
Fine, thank you. All right, my wife is in the military. We filed August of last year. We filed tax together and everything last year. I'm wondering if we have to file this year again.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
Or we can file separate.
Yes, file every year together until you're a citizen, because you have to prove it's in a bona fide marriage all the way through that process. After that, then file any way you want. That's lawful. Even if you're in Louisiana, yes.
No, I'm saying even if we're going to be losing money.
Even if you're going to be losing money. Now, you don't want to. Now, you have a 2-year green card?
Not as yet.
Okay, what do you have?
I mean, I haven't even gotten the interviewers yet.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. Okay? Well, the way you prove it's a real marriage is you live together and you share the financial burdens of the marriage together. Okay? As soon as you file married filing separately, you're telling the government, we don't share the financial burdens of the marriage together. So, by all means, go do it. Okay? Do anything you want. It's fine. I'm not telling you have to do something. You ask me, what would I do? I would file a joint tax return and get my green card. Okay? You'll lose a lot more money when you don't get your green card. I can tell you that. All right, hold on. All right. He goes.
Sounds like a Beavis and
Yeah. Charlene in Cleveland.
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I have a question.
Yeah.
The academic support form. I found a sponsor. Could you tell me which one of the form she filled out?
I-864.
I-864, not the A.
No. The A is done by whoever's. Let me explain how the forms work so you understand. Okay. Whoever's your petitioner files an I-864. Okay, so who's sponsoring you?
I'm sponsoring my husband.
Okay, you're sponsoring your husband. So you fill out an I-864. Let's say your aunt lives with you in the same house. I'm just making up a story. I have no idea. Okay, and you want to include, and you want your aunt to help you out. Anyone in the household who lives in the same house as you or the same apartment as you would fill out the A.
Okay.
If
Okay.
the person who's
Okay.
going to help you out lives somewhere else down the street or in another town, they fill out a separate I-864.
Oh, thank you very much.
You
I
understand?
appreciate it, man.
All right, you're welcome. All right, so I have this piece of paper.
Yes.
And in this piece of paper,
What does it say? What does it say, Brad?
everything I was supposed to do on this show.
Oh no. Have we
Okay.
done it all?
Nothing. Let's see. Strong arm people, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Answer immigration question as Neanderthal man, yes. Done it.
So far, so good.
So
that
far,
was
so
written
good.
on the paper.
It was written
Man,
on-
oh
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's
Go
my-
shave. No, I didn't do that
Nope.
yet. Jean Appolon, in all seriousness. Jean Appolon.
Yes.
Jean Appolon. He's a successful choreographer. This is all seriousness, though.
Okay.
Okay. He's a successful choreographer. He was a master teacher based in Boston. He escaped Haiti
Yeah.
after his father was literally killed and tortured by a mob when
Oh, my God.
Aristide became president right after Baby Doc was thrown out as the dictator in
Mhm.
Haiti. And he has a wonderful immigration story. Let's watch. My next guest literally has danced his way out of death from Haiti to America. He's now a United States citizen for the last 15 years, but he had to escape Haiti after his father was gruesomely murdered for his political opinions and activities. He eventually got a scholarship to the Alvin Ailey Dance Troupe in New York. He has danced with the Joffrey Ballet Company. He now manages J Expressions Dance Troupe for youth in Boston and Haiti. And he's here with me today to discuss his immigration journey. His name is Jean Appolon. Jean
Thank
Appolon,
you.
how are you?
I'm good, Brad, and how about yourself?
And wonderful. And thank you for joining us. You're all the way up in Boston. I appreciate you
Yes.
coming on our show. So tell me, you're originally from Haiti, right? You were born in Haiti. You were born in Port-au-Prince.
Yes,
Okay.
I was.
So tell me about growing up in Port-au-Prince.
When I was born around the 70s, it was a pretty happy home and happy family and happy community. But around 1986, 87, because I think that's the time the Duvalier regime left Haiti.
Right.
And Haiti starting to get very chaotic. And my father was in politics. He was working for the government of Haiti for over 20 years before his death.
He was a detective, is that correct?
He was a detective.
He was a
yes.
detective, right. And
my mother was also working at some factories in Haiti and also teaching schools in Haiti.
Okay. And you are a professional dancer. You've danced with the top dance companies in America right now. Well, how did you fall in love with dance growing up in Haiti? Are there opportunities for kids to learn to dance, or you just kind of just picked it up on your own?
I saw this first African-American woman named Lavinia Williams, who was the lead dancer at the Alvin Ailey for many, many years. That time I wasn't even born yet when she was in the company. And when I saw her teaching in Haiti on TV every Sunday, I completely fell in love with the, form of dance that she was doing. Pretty much was traditional dance from my country.
Right.
She was teaching kids from my country, but my father was very against me.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was maybe 5 or 6 years old.
And your father was against you dancing?
Very much so.
Why was he
He was
against you
like-
dancing? What would he tell you?
Because male dancer in Haiti is a taboo. Pretty much if you dance, that's when you're going to be feminine, otherwise you're going to be gay, otherwise you're not going to make money, you're not going to be able to support your family. So all these factors that pretty much that's what they present in front of, male dancers in Haiti. But to me, I was completely persistent. At the age of 11 or 12, I had a scholarship at my high school in Haiti to go dance. And I just completely lied to my family. And I told my family I was going to volleyball practice.
Right.
And I was continued dancing since then.
So you got a scholarship. Obviously, you were dancing from 6 to 12. How did you hide that from your family?
When I started to really dance, go to dance school, it was at 11 years old. When I got the scholarship, and I went to the dance school, and I kept on bringing my volleyball clothes with me, even though I never played volleyball before.
Right.
So my father thought like I was playing volleyball, so he let me. Until he saw me on TV doing a small program with the dance group that I was dancing with, and he completely disciplined me that time.
So now, you went to high school. What year is this that you got the scholarship?
On like 85 or 84.
Okay, so still everything's going very well in Haiti, but then 1991 happened. How old were you in 1991?
I was 14. It was January 11, 1991, actually. First day of school after winter break. And we woke up, and my father saw the street was pretty dark with tire burning, and people were going around the house a lot and running up and down. And saw there was some kind of activity going in the street. My father said, maybe you should wait, don't get dressed, let me go outside first and come back and pick you guys up. So my grandmother was already living in the house also with us. And my grandmother was like, I don't think there's going to be school today because the street was very dark. And when my father left the house after 25 minutes, I saw a friend of mine screaming, they're killing your father outside. And I was completely in shock.
Well, okay, so when you heard your friend screaming outside that they were killing your father outside, he was a detective and he was working for the government during Baby Doc's era, right?
He was working during Baby Doc era, and when Baby Doc left, my father was still working. And that time we had another new president elected by the people named Aristide, Jean-Appolon. And my father was pretty much not really for Aristide, but
he wasn't a politician. He was a career government employee.
Yes.
What did he do that got people mad? Do you know?
That morning, my father was very meticulous about his job. So if you are in the wrongdoing, my father was going to be the first person to go and arrest you. So my father was pretty much well known in the country for that as a disciplinarian and somebody who was very strict when it comes to the law. So they knew my father for that. But that morning was a revolution because I think ISIS came to power and they tried to get rid of him on power that morning on January 11th. So everybody was on the street burning tires, screaming, which is rightful so because people felt like they elected this president and everybody was, trying to really make sure that he wasn't getting out. But some people also who had problems with people in the government.
So who came to kill your father?
I really cannot tell you who the person is because it's just like a guy when they circled my father and the crowd circled my father because my father was with his gun and everything and my father was like, please don't do anything to me because I'm not against anybody. It's just like I'm trying to know what's going on outside. And this guy came with a machete, said, you should not let him talk and you should just kill him. And he just cut my father's head right away.
You watched your father being killed?
I watched my father's body coming to our house and pieces burning.
Who brought your father's body to the house?
All the people who was pretty much revolting that day came with my father's body parts and just came to the house and ransacked our house and pretty much stole pretty much everything that we had in the house.
So the entire town, the entire area was basically against you and your father. You watched your father's body parts come in different. I guess you have nightmares about this to this day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to a professional about this?
I never, but I think I use dance. That's the only time I use dance to really kind of overcome that because that's the only thing that I had because I had to stay in Haiti until 1993.
Right. So you were still there. Were you scared they were going to come and kill you?
That's what they said, and that's what we were very scared. We were in hiding for 6 months after my father's killing, and after that we went back to school.
Where did you go into hiding?
We went to hiding and around the south part of the Haiti and also around the north part of Haiti.
Who took you in?
Friends and family's house.
And then you came back to your town.
Yes.
That must have been horrifying to watch your father's body parts. I don't think I would ever.
Very horrifying.
I don't think I would be able to get over it.
We never had a funeral for him either because we just had a mass because we never find body pieces to
actually bury.
Yes.
And so you knew you had to get out.
Pretty much, and because my mother was already living in Boston, so I really needed to get out, even urgently, because I felt like me and my two brothers, because I'm the eldest brother, so I was feeling like very unsafe in Haiti in my family.
So what did you do? How'd you get out?
My mother filed for us to come and live with her. My mother was already a legal resident in Boston, so she filed for us to come here. And June 13, 1993, we moved in with my mother here in Boston.
And you came with your green card?
I came with my green card with my two brothers.
With your two brothers. Did you speak English when you came?
Not a word.
Not a word.
I heard of English, but I pretty much couldn't even answer anything.
You knew it was a language. That was about it.
Yes.
Okay.
That I've learned how to do in high school, but I really didn't really seize the language yet, but I was learning it in high school.
How was the culture shock? You've already lived through the horrifying shock of watching your father literally being brutalized and killed and burned in front of you, which you still haven't gotten over to this day. Your mom leaves you. You're now without a father, without a mother. You're in Haiti for 2 years, being raised by random people who are nice enough to take you in. You now come to America, never speaking any English. How did you feel when you came here?
I felt really at peace because I couldn't sleep in Haiti for years when, all this chaos was happening from 1987 until 1993 when I left Haiti. So being with my mother, because we were very close to my mother, so it was a very happy time, and also to bittersweet because my father was not with us. I really wanted to start something new and where I could heal myself and heal my family and be able to move on and be able to go to school, learn something, and be able to be productive to society.
Did your mom want you to dance?
My mom was very against it too, until a teacher of mine in a high school here in Boston came and spoke with her about me continue dancing, because the teacher felt like dancing was a passion and also a way for me to find therapy.
Right.
And when the teacher talked to her in 1994 or 1995, she accepted me. And she said, but if you're really going to do something with your life, go ahead and I approve of your dancing.
You've seen your father brutalized. You're separated from your mom for years, living in different people's homes, escaping the horrors of a revolution in Haiti and what's going on there. Tell me what it feels like inside, where after you're done with your performance, after you're done dancing, that you feel different than before.
Since after the tragedy with my father, my dance teacher in Haiti, Viviane Gauthier, always advised me, and also other teachers like Nicole Lemar, who was a lot of women like my mother who was in my life, teaching me how to really stay focused and be on the right path. And hearing the drums and seeing the movement and doing the movement, I can tell you it is a very magical feeling to really see that you can sweat out a lot of things. I think sweating it and moving and trying to forget about what happened, I think was the best thing dance did for me. I know a lot of people might not be able to really move on without a trainer or without a therapist. But to me, I felt like dance was really something magical that kept me as a remedy.
It sounds like it's something that you really loved, and you were doing it. You were able to focus on your dance and on your movements and take all the other bad things and not focus on it. That's what it sounds like to
Definitely.
me.
Yes.
And that's
yes.
a wonderful, wonderful attribute that you have, and it's a great coping mechanism. Otherwise, I don't know how you would get through life. You started with Alvin Ailey. Alvin Ailey is obviously a famous ballet dance troupe here in New York City. Tell everybody what the Alvin Ailey Company is, how important and special it is to be selected as a dancer at Alvin Ailey, and tell us when you started.
I started I saw Alvin Ailey for the first time in Haiti when my mother was living in Haiti with us. I think I was 10 years old or 11. And I said to my mother, one day I'll be dancing with this school or going to that company. And my mother was like, you don't even have your right foot to your left foot. So how are you thinking they're going to really choose you? These are professionals. So when I came to United States and I came to Boston, Alvin Ailey used to come here in town teaching master classes with their dancers. And in the school that I went, Cambridge Regent Latin, we used to have those guest teachers coming in to teach a class. And I was pretty much feeling like, yes, I'm going to be saved for real, because there's a company that I really wanted to dance with. Now they're coming to my school to teach. So when I auditioned for them for the first 2 years, I didn't make it until the third year. They gave me a full scholarship to come and study at the school.
Wonderful.
And I stayed at the school, and I did a lot of programs in the school where I was selected to be dancing memorial for Mr. Ailey, celebration. And this kind of discipline also, I transferred myself to Joffrey, and I stayed over 6 years in Joffrey or 8 years in Joffrey Ballet. And I also danced with different companies from Alaska Ballet Company, Black Dog Dance Company in Miami, many other companies also touring the world. I auditioned for The Lion King, where I made it in Amsterdam, but I couldn't stay because the contract wasn't really too good for me, so I moved back to the United States. So to me, I felt like being in Alvin Ailey and having the discipline of dance really helped me to focus on what I can do in my community and also with myself, and be able to be productive, and also helping other youth that I'm doing today now. Since 2006, I started a program in Haiti where I'm going back and forth and helping kids do
So
that.
that's a program called the Jean Appolon Expressions, right?
Yeah.
And what's the objective in Haiti with your dance expressions company?
The objective is really trying to save lives, because Haiti is a place where, until now, kids are still trying to survive. And kids are not able to really get access to any kind of education, pretty much. So dance education is even more troubling because if you don't have major US dollars, you cannot go to a dance school in Haiti. So when we go to Haiti, we're really trying to provide dance access and also other educational tools to really help those kids to stay focused and also to give them more hope. Because when we get to Haiti in 2006, there were no kind of summer programs for kids in Haiti.
Right.
And as soon as we started after pretty much 2011, 2012, now a lot of new people starting to create other little outlets for kids to really have things to do during the summer and also to really kind of help them grow. So we feel like, our program, International Expressions, truly kind of opened doors for a lot of kids. Now that we have kids, students with us for the past 7 years who end up opening their own little studios and helping their own community themselves.
Is it still like what it was for you in the 80s? Are the parents saying the boys shouldn't be dancing, this should only be for girls? What are you seeing there now?
Still now there is a little bit of resiliency with parents letting their boys dance. But I can tell you when the program started, we thought we didn't find any boys, and we had like pretty much more percentage of boys in the program than girls. It's just for the past 4 years we've been having like equal numbers of like boys and girls in the program. But parents still resilient about their boys dance, but now they really feel like as much as access they have on YouTube now and kids, everybody's trying to do breakdancing or hip hop.
Right.
So parents are a little bit more lenient and they see that there is no activities in the country for their kids to do. So when
That's
they
a
come to
nice
the
thing
country,
to do.
it's a nice thing to do. And also we've been pretty much fair and open to parents about how they can educate each other.
So in 2006, that was the first time you went back to Haiti since you escaped. You
No,
feel
2001 I first went back.
okay. Do you feel safe there now? Nobody's obviously after you at the moment.
It is my country and I always feel safe despite of the chaos that's always happened.
Right.
But if you're not careful, also you can get into some serious situation.
And
But I try to really still focus on my teaching and also be at places that I know can be safe for me and the community that I'm serving. Not trying to get involved in too much politics. You become very a threat to to the government in Haiti. So I try to really keep myself, keep my mouth to where I do my business.
how is Haiti different now than it was when you left? Do you see differences in the building structures or in living conditions?
Since the earthquake, a lot of things been building a lot, but I think the population been not taken care of because we have younger kids now very exposed to a lot of things like sexual trafficking. You have a lot of kids pretty much without parents after the earthquake who doesn't really have a system where they can really go and find help. So to me, I felt like when it comes to youth development, there was a lot of craziness that's happening and we very worried about that. But when it comes to the people are resilient and they are people who really always fight. There's a lot of access that they don't have because as jobs become very less in Haiti, there is no more factories in Haiti who really kind of provide more jobs for the people. So things like this make the stress even a little bit harder than when I was living in Haiti.
Right.
But when it comes to new building, there's a lot of new great buildings that I've seen them building and roads that have been done in Haiti, which kind of really touched my heart because I feel like there's a hope. But I think the hope is for everybody, every patient and everybody who really concerned about Haiti to really be conscious about what they really want to do when it comes to not trying to keep the country corrupted, not trying to really bring things that was not necessary to the country. I think that's what people should be very kind of like be aware of.
Well, you've really turned out wonderful. I know your dad, if he was here, he would be proud of you. Is your mom proud of you?
Thank you. I'm very proud.
Yeah?
Very, very proud.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on and telling your story. I have one last question for you. We always ask everybody all the time. You've seen horrors, and you've also seen tremendous success in your life. From one country to another, United States and Haiti is an extreme in of itself. Do you feel you've reached your American dream? And if you haven't, what is it there is still that you need to do here to reach your American dream?
I think the American dream is it's an everyday struggle, trying to really succeed and trying to really achieve the goals that you have in mind. To me, the goal that I have in mind is really to see that my community, wherever I am, to be able to live in peace. I will see that I achieve that goal when I know that there is access for young kids to be able to go anywhere they want. Pretty much when it comes to dance activities, when it comes to arts, that they can really feel like they are supported 100%, not 40% or 30%.
Right.
I would like those kind of programs be funded 100%. So that's the time I think I would say that I achieved that American goal.
Well, you're certainly on your way, and you've certainly had some amazing life story, and you've made such a great success of yourself. Jean Appolon, how do people find out more about you?
You can find out more about us on www.JeanAppolonExpressions with the S behind the expressions.org. If you get there, you will see every program that we do.
And people can donate to your organization on
They
this
can also
website?
donate because we're looking for major NGOs who can really help us educate kids around the U.S. and also around Haiti and around the world, wherever we go.
Thank you, Jean. I really appreciate your time. Good luck. You're doing a wonderful, wonderful work, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so very much, Brad, for your time.
Thank you. All right, Jean Appolon. That was a wonderful story. It was actually very, very sad, touching, moving, and what a great success he made for himself. Another wonderful American dream story. All right, let's go to Christine in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Christine.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What's going on?
Yes, I'm having a problem. I don't know if you can help, but I think it's worth the try. I've been going on the work program in the U.S.
The H-2B.
The H-2B program, but the last time I went was 2007.
Right.
I'm sorry. The workplace that I went to at that time, the condition there was deplorable, and I really couldn't work in it. So I spoke to my manager, and she gave me permission to leave. Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Okay. What I didn't know at the time was that once I leave that workplace,
You violated your visa status. You have to go home. Correct.
Right. I did not know that.
Right.
So I applied twice after that.
And they've turned you down. And they've turned you down.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. And actually, recently I applied for a non-immigrant visa because one of my daughters is in the United States, and she has just completed her master's, she has invited me and the younger sister.
Congratulations. And you got denied, I assume.
She got denied.
And question for you: what is your daughter's status here in America?
She's a student.
Just on a student visa. Yeah. Yeah, because they're going to say you violated your visa status. That's the problem. So once you violate your visa status, they don't give visas again. I don't have a solution for you just sitting here thinking about it right now, but if you want to have a consultation, we can talk it through. A lot of times when I talk it through, I come up with something. That would be my best, suggestion to you. But they're denying you because you violated the visa status. That's why.
Oh,
unbeknownst to you. Unbeknownst to you.
No for me.
Yeah, unbeknownst to you, but that's what happened. All right, so hold on one second. I think you'll have a consultation, all right? All right, 1-800-529-5465. Delroy in Atlanta, Georgia. Delroy.
Hi, Brad. How are you, sir?
How are you, Delroy? What's up?
Not bad. I have a few questions. My daughter did his interview for his green card in February of this year.
Right.
However, he was arrested in December last year.
Your brother did an interview and was arrested for what?
He was arrested last year, December, but he did his interview this February.
What was he arrested for last December? Let's get to that first before we get to the interview.
Oh, misdemeanor theft.
Okay, and what happened with the case?
It's still in the court.
Okay, so he didn't get through because they can't process him for a green card until they get a resolution on this case.
And the question is... Right? Yeah, I know. But the question is, Brad, given the fact that USCIS gave a deadline to respond with the final disposition,
right?
And it's
still pending.
The date that they give, is court date is the 8th, all right, and they need it by May 4th. My question is, could he write USCIS, ask for more time, given the fact that this case is still pending in the court?
You have to certainly respond and show some sort of documentation that's still pending and request more time. It's their discretion whether or not to grant you more time or just deny you and tell you to refile again once the case is resolved. It's going to be one or the other, but they have the discretion to do either way.
Oh, so should he send what he have on the time that they...
He should send something from the court saying it's still pending case and ask for more time. That's what he should do.
So could he send it anytime now?
Yes.
Or
send it like the day or two before the deadline.
Oh,
So that
okay.
it reaches immigration a day or two before the deadline. So you like wait till the last second, then ask for more time.
And last question is, what's the best plea could he take in this misdemeanor? This is his
Not
first
guilty.
arrest. He's never been.
Not guilty.
Oh.
All right. But I mean, maybe it could be a petty offense. But I think in that situation, he should have a consultation with us.
All right, no
All
problem.
right. Hold on one second. All right. I mean, but you asked me what the best is. The best is not guilty. All right. Let's go to Michelle in Queens. Michelle.
Hi. Good evening, Brad.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I just wanted to ask. Hi.
We
Hello.
hello. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. I just wanted to ask one simple question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm in the process of applying for my citizenship, and would it be best to wait for all that to come through before getting married to my fiance, or can I do both at the same time?
Do both at the same time. The longer you're married, the easier your case will be once you're a citizen.
Pardon?
Do both at the same time. The longer you are married, the easier your case will be once you become a citizen.
Oh.
So in other words, you getting married is going to have no effect on your citizenship.
Okay.
So go get married.
So go get married, then mail it out, showing, or...
Yeah.
Because I was afraid that the process would take longer.
Nope. It's going to be the same amount of time.
Okay.
Come see me. Come see me. You see, what you're misunderstanding is this. You get married to him. You don't have to file for him, but you're married to him, and you can show a longer marriage. You could also file an I-130 visa petition for him, and once you become a citizen, upgrade it, and then file for the adjustment of status.
Okay.
All right. And then I always of the opinion, get married as soon as possible. File the I-130 because I'm sure you will become a citizen. I'm sure there's no reason why you won't. But what
Absolutely
if you,
not.
But what
I've
if
been
you never,
here over 10 years, and I've never been in any problem.
Wonderful. But what if you never become a citizen? I don't know. Something gets screwed up. I have no idea. Now this guy's waiting forever. So at least file for him. He knows in 2 years. Maybe just through sheer bureaucracy, they keep losing your application. I don't know. Okay. At least you know in 2 years he's going to get a green card if you file for him now.
Okay. How long does it take now to become a citizen?
About 9 months.
Okay.
All right.
So you're saying don't submit the application, go get married first?
No, what I'm saying is, I think the easiest thing to do is go get married, file an I-130, file your citizenship, and then you're off to the races.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
I-130?
I-130 for your husband and 400 for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Mike in Des Moines, Iowa. Mike.
Hello, Brad. How are you?
Mike?
Hello, Brad.
How are you, Mike?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Thanks for answering my call. Yes.
My pleasure.
I got a question. My wife, who is a green card holder, has filed the I-130 for me since March 2015. And now she just got denied her citizenship, and so I'm in the limbo.
No, you're not. Because no, you're not, because they're up to June 1st, 2016. So you can always do a provisional waiver, go home, get your green card, and come back if you've overstayed your time.
I've overstayed it for 6 years. I don't want to go home. I don't want to risk it.
Well, you have a bigger risk of living in Des Moines, Iowa without status than doing a provisional waiver. We send people home on provisional waivers all the time. As long as it's approved and you don't have a criminal record and you haven't committed fraud and it's a real marriage, you're going to be back in 2 or 3 weeks. All right. 2 or 3 weeks? Yes. Now, the woman who called before said, what should I do? Should I wait to become a citizen? And I say no, because you never know. You may get denied your citizenship. And look, the next call, Mike's wife got denied his citizenship. So, luckily she filed for you. I would do the provisional waiver. Don't do nothing. Have a consultation with us and then make an informed decision. Okay? Because
I've had consultations with you guys.
Okay.
I've been paired with Paul Hurst because I have a small issue with DMV.
Right.
And
with the criminal
that has to be
right.
taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. When that's
so I'm
resolved.
with Paul.
Okay. So and when that's resolved, Paul Hurst is one of our criminal defense attorneys. But when that is resolved, then you're going to come talk to us about your immigration.
Okay, thank you. By the way, my employer, who knows about all the situation, wants to help me by I'm an engineer, by the way, electrical engineer, bachelor's. She wants to help me by sponsoring me.
That's not going to
Can
help.
that help?
No.
Oh.
All right, going to get it through your wife. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go to John in Austin, Texas. John.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, John.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. What's going on?
Okay. I have a question. I've applied for my green card, and I just want to know. I didn't submit the medical. Is it going to affect my work permit?
No. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
So without a medical, they will still give me the work permit, right?
They should, because the adjustments are taking over a year now. So you should be taking your medical to your interview now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go to Cheryl in Ocala, Florida. Ocala? Ocala. Cheryl? Cheryl. I'm getting nothing right here. Who's calling me from Florida right now? Cheryl from Ocala, Florida.
Ocala, Florida. Ocala?
Ocala.
Oh, she's listening
Yes.
to Facebook Live.
Stop listening to Facebook Live. All right.
Gotta put the live feed on pause there, Cheryl.
Correct. All right. So what do we got in terms of social media check-in for the last 2 or 3 minutes of our show?
Okay, I'm gonna rush through these because we got
All
a
right.
bunch today. Lauren Rush says, I'm gonna wait for the graphic to come down because it's
Yep,
just
you
too
like
cute.
it? Yep.
Lauren Rush says, my mom is a U.S. citizen and she filed for me in May of 2012 and was approved unmarried over the age of 21. How much longer do I have to wait for my green card? I'm from the Caribbean.
About another year.
Ooh, we're getting close. Smith wants to know, I'm confused. How much support do you have to give when you sponsor someone with an affidavit of support?
125% above the poverty level based on the number of people that you have to support. So more people you have to support, more people are dependent on your tax return, more money you got to earn.
Our fan says, can I get a green card on behalf of my serious sickness because I just have a temporary work permit right now, but the problem is that in my country they don't offer treatment for the illness that I have.
If you have a 2-year conditional green card, absolutely, but not on a temporary work permit. So I'm not sure what you mean by temporary work permit.
Ron says, I've adopted my niece in Jamaica and we've been to the courts, and all that was approved at the same time was working with the primary care agency here in the U.S. to complete my home study. All the other paperwork required documents were sent to USCIS and the case was approved. But now I'm waiting for a letter for my biometrics before the case gets transferred. So really the question is, what is the interview going to be about when I'm asking to transfer this adoption case to the U.S. and it's going to be at the U.S. consulate? What kind of questions are they going to be asking?
All right, you've totally screwed up this case. You can't do an adoption in the Caribbean. You have to do an orphan petition and bring the child here. Total screw up. Come see me.
Osumanu says, my friend came into the country illegally in 2015 to seek asylum and his claim was just denied. Is there any chance he can now adjust his status?
Say that again.
Friend came in 2015 looking to seek asylum. Asylum was denied. Now what? Can he adjust his status in any way?
Well, we got to see what happened with the asylum case first.
Malvia says, are DUI charges considered a crime?
DUI is not, DWI is in most states. They're all crimes, by the way. We're talking about deportable offenses.
Deportable,
yes,
right.
Right.
That was great inferring.
I assume that's what the question is.
Nicely Keisha says, can I still hire a lawyer after I've started my papers?
Yes.
I know the answer.
Yes.
You better. You started wrong, but you can right the boat. Sherry says, for parents who are green card holders to file for children who are unmarried and over 21, can it take less than 7 years once the filing has started? Are there any other options available?
Say again?
Can we basically expedite the process when there's a parent filing for an unmarried child over the age of 21?
No expediting. All right, so let's go to Cheryl in Ocala, Florida. Cheryl.
Yes, Ocala, Florida.
Ocala, Florida. Did I got Cheryl right, though?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's happening?
I got a question. I have a family member who has a green card, permanent resident, and what happened, he went back home. He's been there for 4 years now, and I'm trying to see if he can come back in the country. I know the green card, it wasn't expired. He got it like 2 years before he went down. So I was checking to see if he able to come back in the country.
How long has he been out of the country?
4 years.
Okay, who does he got here in America still?
He has all his children, all his family members.
You can certainly try to do what's called an SB1 visa, which is to re-enter the United States after basically abandoning your permanent residence. And you go to the U.S. Embassy and say, I want to get a visa to come back to establish my permanent residence again because I never really abandoned it. I have my family there, maybe property. I don't know what, all the ties that you would have here to show.
We came here at 14 and we were adopted in this country.
Okay, so I think it's worth trying before he gives up his dream of living in America. So let us help him. Hold on 1 second, okay? It's called the SB.
And I got a question, but the next thing is he has child support, so I don't know if that would go against him.
Of course it does. Hold on 1 second, though, but we still need a consultation with him and figure it out. All right, so with that, we have come to the end of what I would say was a wacky show.
It was a wackadoodle show.
It was a wackadoodle show. Started with the entire rundown of the show on a piece of paper.
Right.
That was with like a little ripped piece of paper with
code on
it. Then nobody called. Then everybody called.
Right.
Then people started calling me Neanderthal.
The phone dropped.
The phone dropped. My mic dropped.
It was a wacky day.
It was a wacky day. But with all that said, what is the social media comment of the day?
It goes to our most loyal Brad squads who don't let us go, who don't let anything go. Over on the Brad Show Live page, they knew what just happened, Brad.
What?
They said, Brad's mic just went out. It's out of batteries, and all we're hearing is him going through Kim's mic. That's why it sounds so hollow. And then they're like, they're fixing it. I hear them fix it. And then Jeff Bosey goes, I hear the quick fixings going on. Good stall, Kim. And then Tamika said, the door needs grease. If we didn't hear the door squeak, you guys would have almost pulled it off. They don't let us go with anything, Brad. They don't let anything fly. They knew.
Damn you all! You figured it out! All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for all watching. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a safe night. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.